Hi, I'm Gilbert Cruz with Time Magazine, and I'm here with Janet Evanovich, author of Finger Lickin' 15, the latest in the Stephanie Plum series. Janet, thanks for being with us today.
It's great to be here.
Our first question is from Margaret Smith from Folsom, California. Is it sinful to lust after a fictional character?
No, I don't think it is. I think you should go for it. If you want to lust after my characters, hey, I'm all in favor of it.
Have you lusted after any characters?
Oh, I
in
lust
your
all the
reading
time.
life?
Yeah.
Like who?
I lust after everything. In my books, I especially like Diesel. He's my new character. He's in the Between the Numbers books.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's pretty hot.
Our next question is from Linda Olson. What made you want to write novels in the first place?
I wasn't always a writer. I was always the kid that could draw. And when I went to college, I majored in fine arts. I was a painter. And then I was a stay-at-home mom. And somewhere along the line, I realized that I liked telling stories. And I decided that I would sit down and I would, try writing. And 10 years later, I finally got a book published. It was hard.
And how were those 10 years? Were they awful? Did you despair a lot? Did you cry a lot when you were writing? I'm never going to make it. This is such a waste of time.
Just before I was published, I did lose heart. I mean, it had been 10 years, and my kids were getting older, and I had started collecting rejections in a shoebox, and then it was a shirt box. And by the time I was published, I had a big packing crate that stood like this, and it was filled with rejections. And I decided I was giving up. I went outside, I sat down on the curb outside my house, and I burned them all, just sobbing. And I borrowed a suit from my sister and got a job with Manpower. And 3 months later, I got a call from the only book that I had out. It was a little romance novel, that they were going to buy my book. And that's how I finally was published.
Why do you let readers title your books? That sort of seems like letting strangers name your children.
Yeah, like wearing somebody else's underpants, right?
Exactly.
Not quite comfortable. No, it's just the opposite. Readers, this is like a group effort. Me and the readers, we're all part of a big family. And I actually really suck at naming books. I was totally born without the title gene. So lots of years ago, readers were sending in their ideas for titles, and what we realized is they were smarter than I was. So we thought, hey, go for it. And so now we have a contest, and we hold the contest every year.
Our next question is from Nanette Wishoff from Gilbert, Arizona. And Nanette asks, your husband and children are involved in different aspects of this whole enterprise of putting out these novels. How did these books become such a family affair?
When I first started writing, I was doing romance novels, and my kids were in school, and I would, just go up into my room while the house was quiet, and I would write the books. And it was a very simple process because you handed it in, and the publisher took it from there. When I started doing the Plum series, and it looked like it was going to be very successful, my kids were out of school, and I said to them, we'll pay off your education loans, you can do whatever you want with the rest of your lives, if you want to be a lawyer or a photographer or, whatever. Or you can come into the family business. And they both chose to be part of the business. My daughter came in as my webmaster. She tours with me. She works with the co-author program. And my son is my agent. He's the guy, like when nobody else can figure out how to solve a problem, it gets dumped on his desk.
Jennifer Fryoff from Brahman, Oklahoma asks, if you could be doing anything else with your life, what would it be?
I'd be a bar singer. I'd want to sing at a bar, and I want to wear a really low-cut red sequin dress, really tight. Maybe I'd want to sit on a piano. No, wait, that might be ugly because I couldn't get off the piano then. But I'd want to be a bar singer. I'm stopped by the fact that I can't sing, but aside from that.
And what would be the first song that you would sing?
Oh, that's hard. It would have to be something very sexy. Maybe it would be a Madonna song.
Like,
it would have to
Justify My Love?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'd have to get very pointy. Tatas, big pointy tatas.
We can move on to the next question. Tracy Simpson from Niagara Falls asks, are you planning on ending your Stephanie Plum series anytime soon?
No.
All right. Do you have many, many more books planned, or do you just work on, I have this one, I have the next one, and then we'll see what
I
happens?
work
after
on
that?
one book at a time.
Mhm.
I pretty much know where the relationships between the people are going a couple books ahead. But, each plot is separate, and I don't think ahead on that. I'm starting a new series with this character Diesel, but in that particular series, I'm looking a little further ahead. With the Plums, I just enjoy each one as it comes. And we're still growing readership. It isn't like, it's gotten stagnant. We're increasing our readership at a time when that's a very difficult thing to do. So I'm happy, I'm just enjoying myself.